you're the crafter and you have a set of wonderful guns, right? No one crafts them better than you. I go to you, I pay you money once, I take your guns, I install it on my Hornet, then I fly and I die in that Hornet and I never ever come back to you again.
Yeah, because you got a tier 3.
You have no job. That's it. You have no job. After the initial first cycle of gameplay, your crafting skills are not necessary because I will get that with insurance because I'm not stupid enough. I'll insure tier 2 or tier 3. I will get them back. And that is like, in my head, that breaks the they've shown
economy.
Us
they've
shown us this cool, unrealistically great and cool logic they are willing to implement with crafting, and then they show us, we're all excited, and then they do the announcement with insurance and it literally crosses everything they showed. Like, instead of giving us this huge opportunity to like have this interaction between the players, they're saying, well, you'll craft it to yourself and whatever, and instantly moves Star Citizen from being closer to Eve infinite economy, where S is just like there is a cycle of life and death of assets. They're produced, they're lost, and they're produced again, and it's like trading and all that. It instantly moves us from there to like World of Warcraft, which doesn't even have a real economy, where you upgrade your crafting skills, you like craft stuff once, and then your profession is not needed. Only consumables are needed if that profession provides consumables, and then everything is not needed. And that's what really, really made me feel bad. And the second thing was with the blueprints. It's very close to the insurance problem, where they said a character will always retain the blueprints they invented. And I think that's like, again, creating a huge gameplay loop and then just crossing it over completely. Like, I personally don't think that advanced blueprints should be
retainable,
infinite. Again, let's look back at Eve. They did that mistake once. Bo probably knows what is a tier 2 BPOs how they ran away from that problem. So yeah, you can have like basic blueprints infinite. That's fine.
Didn't that almost bankrupt that specifically? Almost bankrupt CCP?
No, bankrupt CCP just created a very huge like misbalance in the economy, where there was like the people who got the BPOs, like originals, they were infinite. They were like, they were oversaturating the market. Like, the struggle to get advanced stuff should be infinite.
Okay.
Then it forces the game to be replayable over like generations, over decades, right? It's like, you have the basic stuff, sure, but everything that is high tech should be reinventable. You should lose your blueprints. They should degrade. They should have limited ROMs, whatever you do it, whatever the way you do it, right? So that is like two major things I was really disappointed with, and I hope on certain of them at least they will like dial back. They will reconsider. They maybe listen to us, listen to someone else. I don't know, because if they want to do an MMO that really survives the years and will not just slowly die out, they really have to think about it. Otherwise, if you do the great gameplay loops and they're not like playable after a year or half a year, what's the point? That's two main things that were negative.
Okay, I was gonna say, because like the way you just broke it down to me as you were talking, I was like, holy shit, he's right. Like 100% right.
That comes from, I don't want to sound like, like a prick that knows everything, but that comes from years and years and years of playing the games like this. Like, that's why I said I love the games that have like interactions that are impactful, that are not just straightforward questing, you're done. And I've seen these problems. I've seen the games that did that correct and they survived. and I've seen the games that did that wrong and they failed and no one remembers their names. I played both of them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I agree. I'm that you bring it up, and I think there's some people who are disagree in chat. But the argument is if CIG wants to make a player-run economy with high-tier gear, then there needs to be you need to have gear fear. Like to use a Tarkov analogy or DayZ analogy, survival game analogy, you have to have gear fear.
You want to have a moment when you fly out in a ship and your hands are shaking.
Yeah.
Because you know how expensive it is and you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most beautiful moments in these games. And one more point, and I'll finish on this. I know there's like this overall idea, a lot of people would counter it, but you have to understand how long you have to wait for the ship if you lose it, right? For the insurance. Here's the thing. After a year, I will have not one ship like this. I will have 10 ships like this. Okay, I will come to you to get those guns 10 times. But then when I'm done, because I will not lose more than 10 in a row, let's say, before the first one comes back, the same problem will occur, right? It's that, whatever. Yeah,
I agree. You're right. I don't like what I'm gathering is that it's not necessarily that like, no, you can't keep all blueprints, or no, you can't get your stuff back, but like there should be some limits to it, especially in my opinion, tier 5, like the tier 2, tier 3 and tier 5 stuff, that when you get above a certain tier, or just player crafted items, just straight up you can't replace them because they're player crafted. So that's like, it's like if you're getting insurance and it's like, hey, my house burned down and there's this artisanal crafted vase which was made by a dead monk in India, that is literally irreplaceable. Can I get a new one? They'll be like, no, here's your money.
Exactly. And that's the point. You don't have to make it like too brutal.
Yeah.
Like there are ways and algorithms to estimate the cost of an item minus the premium. I'm fine for people getting money like back for certain upgrades, right? But I want that money to partially be sunk out into the insurance company, which is like removing money from the economy, but partially they go back to the player, so they take that money and they reinvest into a player-driven market, and then you have something to do if you're a crafter,
and
right?
it stimulates the people who